Welcome back to Zoodesia Zoo! We are here outside of the reptile house continuing our world tour to admire and reflect on all of the amazing things we have built and done over 500 episodes. As always, if you guys have something that you just really love that we have done, that you've seen these like in today's adventure with me, then please let me know in the comments so we can keep it in mind for our ever-moving, interesting, ever-hidden Season 2, which I'm going to tell you guys so much about when we get there. I'm keeping so many things secret, it's going to be amazing. But alright, let's see. Yes, the Friendship Garden. So this was actually just a plot of land that Kafers and I jokingly nicknamed the Friendship Garden because it was one of the first spots that we spawned in when we came into this world, and it just had so many trees. It had so many trees, and Kaf was throwing bone meal everywhere, and we're like, oh, this should just be the Friendship Garden. And sure enough, that's what it became known as. But until Mara got here, I never really did anything with it. It was overgrown, there was grass everywhere, the trees were unruly, and then Mara came and we started sprucing it up, and there's still a lot of sprucing up to go. But that's another lesson. See, look how pretty this area looks. A little waterfall, a little spot of like landscaping. But you know, now that we've got some experience, I can look at this and go, well, you know what, this waterfall would look even better if we had like swapped out the ground under the water for maybe these small tile stones again, if we had put them up around the entire waterfall, if we didn't have like this wall of stone, but like tiered it with dirt, kind of like this, and had it mirror the other side. So, and then see, that's too uniform in the plants over here. It's kind of broken up, but there's too many of the same color and type. So we want to really break that up. Also, let's harvest these mushrooms while we're here. There we go. Nice bit of mushrooms. If you leave one, they'll continue to spread, which I love. But yeah, like, it's fun because we do have benches in here, and we do have a lot of plants, so you can kind of come along and harvest some of the trees. But I think one of the things I'm realizing is that I want more like little interaction things, more things where you can do like little teensy playful, kind of like the touch exhibits in Zoo Tycoon 2, like where you can go up and like touch a little sea cucumber, or like a, oh, what are they called? Or like a horseshoe crab. You know, I want to have more of those kinds of things scattered throughout the whole world. I don't know what it would be over here. Maybe it could be a cute little basket and a little sign that says Friendship Garden apple picking. Leave unwanted apples here. Little interactive things like that are going to be a big focus, I think, because that's what makes you feel that connection. This is all well and nice, but it's the evidence of other people and the evidence of being able to work with them that makes you feel like there's something here, like there's more people, there's a community behind you. So we're going to be working on that, and I can't help myself. I'm going to pick a few more. Hi, little guy. Maybe we could even just leave like a Friendship Garden notebook where you can leave random notes and like comments. Oh, that's what we should have, like visitors guest books all over the zoo where you can just add like your own bit of comment to it every time you visit. Oh, that would be fun. Alright, let's put these away for now. Ooh, I'm going to keep out the chocolate cherries and sip a little thing of tea. And also, we were messy. We left behind like this huge mess. So I think one of the rules for Season 2 is going to be, if we have an area that still has chests scattered all over the place and it's messy, that means we have to clean that area up before we go on a big exciting adventure, because we need to be responsible. We're going to try to run a proper zoo establishment, not just like a backwater building effort. But yes, ooh, and there's some more mushrooms. I'm just going to gather these up real quick. Ta-da! And yeah, that's the Friendship Garden. And the only thing that's kind of close to the Friendship Garden over here would be Grandmama's apple tree. So let's go down and see that. One of our absolutely amazing... See, this is a perfect spot to leave a chest. And it could have the story. It could have the backstory to Grandmama's apple tree in it, where it'll tell you the story about the origins of Grandmama's apple tree. We could even put a book that tells you how to make an apple pie, like Grandmama's apple pie recipe, and then it could have like a guide, like make sure you have a good piece of bakeware, fresh sugar, and fresh apples. Mix it with dough. Make the dough out of your best flour, water, and salt in a mixing bowl. And like then it could just tell you the recipe for making apple pie, which I think would be really adorable and cute. So we'll do those kinds of interactive things where there's always a detail, always a bit of a hidden like treasure to find and be able to study. All right, let's gather up these. There we go. More apples! I have to stop picking them, but it's so fun. But see, now I have more apples than I need. So a little chest here to like leave apples for people who may just be running by and want to grab them would be amazing. But Grandmama's apple tree is a very pretty apple tree. Let me back up and see if we can get a good look at them. Yeah, and it was actually planted by Haley. Haley is a very, very sweet member of our community. You guys may have seen her in comments. I don't think I've seen her recently, but that's because there's so many new people lately. But you may have seen her in comments. Super duper sweet. And then we've also got the Loftwood Fairy Tree, which is quite fun. And now I know how we could actually have added a fairy kind of hanging out in here, or redone her little beehive so that it looks kind of like a fun little fairy house to match with the loftwood. So I'll keep that in mind for the future. This was grown by Alyssa. And don't worry, season 2, of course all of our donator trees, interns, and so on are going to be there. So don't you worry, don't you worry. But yeah, that's the only thing that we've built. Oh, and I love how you can see the tree of illumination from all the way over here. That's the only thing we built down here, even though the idea was to come over here and plant an entire apple orchard. So again, I need to like actually make a list and stick to my plans. I'm so bad about that. But it's just because we have so many fun things to do. And I will work harder at keeping a proper to-do list that will keep me on task in the future. Let's make a little wish. Let's wish, let Seri stay on task in the future. Oh, I got 2 wishes! Yay! Okay, that has to be a lucky sign. And let's just go ahead and pop down here to see Kafer's place while we're at it, because why not? Why not? This is the bridge. Hello, little dragonfly. Hi, cutie. There you go. And this is the pretty little bridge that we built for Kafer's during a side quest. So if she ever did return, she would find it easy to get across the chasm and be able to come and visit us on the other side. And I think in the future we definitely need to work more on doing just road work and commuting improvements like this, so that people don't fall down like chasms, and also the animals don't fall down the chasms. So we'll try to line like the canyons and the chasms with hedges like we did here in the future, and provide multiple bridges so you can just like pop across and it's safe. We're really gonna like dig our feet in and try to make the new season really it's gonna be around for years. That's the plan, is that it's gonna be viable and around for years. And so we're gonna make sure that it's easy to get around and it's easy to adventure and explore. And right down here, if I can ever get down here correctly. Hello, kitty kitty. Ah, I went a little too far. Almost there. There we go. And right down here, you guys, is Kafer's farm. And Kafer's has not been around in eons because she is now an absolutely amazing teacher. She teaches. So that's what she does. As a teacher for elementary school students, which is one of the most noble and amazing professions in my personal opinion. But this is her farm. It's beautiful. She had the very first farm like ever, and she just laid it out so lovely. She just did. It just looks so precious, and she managed to get so many of the different types of seeds planted, several varieties of strawberry, if I remember correctly. I think the strawberry varieties are back here. Oh, look, and she even set up her sheep pen a little bit. Like, oh, it's adorable. Adorable. Yeah, here's the strawberry. I remember this. She and I used to hang out in here, like, looking at her little scarecrow, and we would have such a good time. But her farm has always, in my mind, remained one of the most beautiful, and I don't know, there's just something so immensely charming about it. It's just one of the most beautiful and charming spots in the entire world. Oh, and then of course she has her little hot house plants in here, which is just so cute. It's so cute. Alright, and it's getting dark, so pardon me, Kafers. I do have a bed that she made for me in here, so let's go ahead and pop in. Oh, and Kaf made her some things. Yeah, she's got all sorts of things. I don't want to poke and pry, though. That'd be rude. her little bookshelves. She really was the first one to dive in to making sure that there were details, that she had a little reading corner, that she had a hothouse. She has always had an amazing eye for design. Alright, and here's my bed. Like this, look at this! Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. This tiny little alcove with like a flower pot in it. That right there, this is design brilliance. I'm gonna have to remember that as well. So it's just, this is what I've always loved about being in our world. Being able to see the detail and the time and the work and the thoughtfulness that other people put into what they do. I absolutely love it. Alright, let's pop out here. So yes, this is Kafer's little farm. You can see all the insects are trying desperately to get in to all of her little plants, but no such luck. Is her tree snake. Yep, and she still has her tree snake. This little snake has been in that birchwood tree for eons now. Eons. And I think it's quite happy. Oh, and that giant pumpkin, in case you guys didn't know, was a very, very old side quest that we did as making a gift for her. See, and like these kinds of things, they're good to explore, and then once they're explored, we'll start like covering them up and changing them in season 2, I think. Because then you have this problem where you're like, I need to get over there. Oh, there's a giant cliff. I could die. And so detour, careful, careful, careful. Whew, I do have my feather falling boots on, but that would still hurt, I think. Alright, so that's Kafer's place. Oh, and it's just, oh, it's so charming. And let's pop up here, and we'll climb our way over, if possible. Oh no, not possible. Not possible, dang it. Alright, let's climb up this way then. And then climb over to Kaf's place. Do. Wild berries, don't mind if I do, hoo-hoo. And that's the other thing, is we've left a lot of the wild berries, and I do want to like leave a bunch of it, but I think a lot of it will start growing back in season 2, so we can be more bold about harvesting things. Oh, do you guys remember this? It was so cool. We helped Kaf get a whole bunch of new plants. We terraformed his entire yard. And then you guys left enough likes on one of our videos that we were able to plant a whole bunch of trees. You guys helped us plant some amazing trees for Kaf, and you came up with some amazing tree ideas. Including, like, we have everything from simple little oak trees kind of lined up at the front to block the view of Kaf's house from the reptile lounge, just so it kind of blended in a little bit better. But we have the little oak trees that say watching, and then you come down here, the Kaf cast, which is his slogan. So you've got those ones. Then you've got this one, which was the most complicated and absolute most fun thing to build. Since Kaf is part cyborg, what we built for him is actually a very beautiful gear tree. So this is an aluminum berry tree, and it really represents the kind of custom trees that we'll be working on in the future with aluminum berries. But it's an aluminum berry tree that has like gears hanging as fruit from it, and he can come over here and harvest some aluminum whenever he wants. And yes, that is our ancestral twilight portal. Through the other end we actually have our little lounge. We might pop over there and visit that in a second. And of course, then we have some more trees that people help plant. The wise old mushroom pine. You guys actually submitted the ideas for what kinds of trees we would build for Kaf. We have an acacia tree. We have a little rainbow tree. It turned out kind of small, but somehow the muted colors really worked for what Kaf enjoys. So it wasn't a problem. It actually turned out really cute. And then, of course, we have an apple tree. I think I planted that one forever ago. His old Smilodon exhibit. I think the Smilodon may have suffocated in the tar pit. We'll have to remember that for the future, too. Do not actually put tar pit in Smilodon area. And then we also built Kaf a custom watermelon tree, which turned out really nicely. I like it. It was a very fun little rare watermelon tree. So we might have rare trees like that with unexpected fruit finds in the future as well. Someone said a pine tree, so we planted a big pine tree. And then, of course, around his house, we took initiative, and I did ask him permission to kind of make like a little walkway. There we go. I think all that lava makes me a bit dizzy over here. That's what it is. To make a little walkway so you can get down to the rest of our zoo, and he can get like easier, he can have an easier path to go down and come and visit us at our place. But we're going to take just a quick little peek inside Kaf's house just to see what's going on. You can see where he built it. He loves the acacia wood coloring for some reason. It's like one of his favorite things. He also loves candles. He's big on the candles. And big on like blindingly textured carpets. But yeah, he's got his place lined with iron and various pictures. The fireflies from our adventures together. Let's see, what else did we have over here? I think there was something... Yeah, no, that's just harvested stuff. Oh, look, it's the Spectre of Twilight that we got. That's so cool. Oh, there's a maze breaker. I might see if he'll let me have that. I'll think about that. Alright, I think this was this my room? No, this one wasn't my room. This one was Sebastian's room. My room, was it right here? Or was this his room? I had a room here. I just don't remember which room it is. There we go. See, and he had everything all set up so that the dogs could come and visit. And, well, apparently there's a hole in the ground, so I wouldn't let my dog... Whose bed is that? Poor Tate. Look, his bed's missing, and it just goes straight down. Poor Tate. That would be very disorienting. I think the other reason we get a little dizzy over here is there's both the Twilight and the Nether portal. See, Nether portals are right there, and a ton of lava that the pigmen put in. That's what it is, isn't it, pigmen? This is a ton of lava, like it's a huge lava source. Hi guys, everybody's just looking good. Dr. Turtle MD's clone. Everyone looks like they're having a good time in here. Very glad to see it. Yeah, they're all clustered back there. That's amazing. But yeah, the pigmen that he somehow, they moved in to visit with their son, Pigman Watson. And then of course upstairs here is Kaf's bedroom. Very nice bedroom. It's his old bedroom. He hasn't been here in months. It's very dusty. There should be cobwebs all over the place. And yeah, this is where his old smeltery used to be. And it is no more. Everything's changed. This is where we decorated upstairs for him. Turn around and everywhere you go, it's just plants everywhere. Then you know I've been there. Then you know I've been there. But yeah, that's Kaf's place and that's Kafer's place. And it's just so fun to see like the homes people build. We just saw Mara's house not too long ago because we just dropped off all of her gifts. And I love the detail. I love seeing how everyone's personalities are so different and they just come out so differently with what they have, what they create, what they build. It's just beautiful. And over here, we've got the please watch your step warning sign so you don't tumble to your death. I'm going to have to figure out a better way to protect guests. And then we've also got the Gansu Alpine Fine Wool Sheep exhibit, which constantly suffers from having said sheep and absolutely eaten up by various animals that come in here. So that adds to the reminder that we're going to have more security cats and we're going to have more security officials who can protect our animals from any vicious creatures that might come up, as well as make sure that the area is properly lighted up. I swear I'm just going to hire Mara to help us make sure that the entire area is always properly lit. But see, look at how cool it is to have the little paths. They just look nice, they're efficient, they let you get to and fro without too much trouble. Absolutely awesome. Oh, and then if you guys didn't know, there's kind of like a little Easter egg, because I love building Easter eggs. Easter egg is kind of like a hidden thing that you wouldn't really know about unless you were looking for it. But this is the cliff side that we built over the reptile house to show off Kaf's place. And I actually made a waterfall that looks like it's pouring down into the water for our for the banded sea crate exhibit. And we also have some little caves to kind of break up the side of the mountain here. We put some little caves with bamboo and bits of vine over here. And if you look closely, you can see where the snake statues are hiding. You see right there? You can see they actually go all the way into the waterfall, and then they come out the other side and continue on. So the snake statues are kind of hidden in the mountainside as a fun little Easter egg for anybody who's looking really closely over the reptile house. And those kinds of subtle touches that are tied into the landscape, definitely something we're going to do. Definitely one of the funner lessons that we've learned over the time that we have worked so hard in the zoo. And then of course we have some of our newer and equally amazing areas that I'm very excited about. The cave exhibit, the Asian exhibit, the dodo exhibits, are like coral reef, Dr. Nami's Marine Cove. It's just, there's just so much. I'm just so happy with how everything has turned out, how you guys have contributed your beautiful trees. This is another donated tree. And your amazing ideas. Oh, and I can't wait to share more of it and just reflect on more of it with you guys. So we're going to get a little bit of rest, and then tomorrow, bright and early, we will continue to explore and analyze what we have done. Tell me what your favorite things are about the builds so we can keep them in mind, what we've learned, and how to make really awesome exhibits, because it's definitely something that's best done through experience and experimentation. So I will see you guys bright and early in the morning as we continue exploring and hopefully see some, I swear, the cave exhibit, probably one of my favorite things thus far. So we'll explore in there, and we will check out our pandas and our temple all in the morning. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.